G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we will be looking at Combiner Wars Hook. And here he is. But before I start with this figure, let me just admit that I forgot to do the robot to vehicle mode for long haul. I realized that like 5 minutes before I started recording this. So if you want me to do the robot to vehicle mode still, and you want to see that, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, let's move on. So here we have Hook, and he is a crane. I know that some of the upgrade stuff for this did get this working, which I'll put in there in a minute, and I don't know why, but I swear this guy collects dust better than the rest. I have no idea why the hell that's stained. Oops, that's the wrong button. Try that again. I don't know why that's stained. I also got some silver up here. That could be from, I'm guessing from Bone Crusher. I don't know why. So there is that. So it rolls very nicely. Plastic wheels and all. A lot of robot underneath there. So there we go. As for articulation in this mode, you can put the crane up that far. This does not move. That does not move. Honestly, I also think that hook's maybe the wrong way, but that's just me. Like I said, I know the upgrade kit that would have originally been done for this guy, which I don't have, all this would have been replaced and added articulation. So there is that. So let's get the first size comparison out of the way. And slowly my table needs to be tidied up because it's running out of room. Here he is with Windblade. So going by the arm, I'd say he's just a little bit longer, but as for just the vehicle, she's longer. She's obviously wider, and we'll do it that way. He's a bit taller. So there is that. So let's get this guy into robot mode, and then we'll remember to put him back into vehicle mode before we get into combine mode. So very simple, although these pieces tend to untab for me. So we're just going to pull that out of the way just for the time being. I'm going to flip this down, and we're going to flip this down, which, like I said, that one tabs in really well, and these tend to pop off like so. And know that he does not have stubby legs. What we're going to do is we're going to rotate this down. So we'll split that if it hasn't already. We're going to flip that down. Okay, why aren't you flipping? I bet you there's a tab here, right here. I knew there was a tab somewhere. That's going to slide down. If I pull this forward, pull them both forward, so there's that tab there. So bring that down, and it should, there's this port here, which is what was sticking before, will go into this tab here. So get that onto there, line that up best you can, and then this tab here is going to go into just in here. So that comes down, just tab slides behind there, and you have one leg. So same the other side. Try to get that untabbed. Roll that down, tab that back in, and then bring this down and tab that behind there. And that is the legs all done. Next, we're going to flip these down. These don't really tab in anywhere. Rotate the camera up a bit. So that's going to come out and under. So it comes out from under here. And just flip down and down, like so. And then we can reach in here and flip down the hands, and they go a nice little click, like so. Right, then what we're going to do is we're going to do the head reveal first. We're going to rotate the head around to the front, which I don't know why I'm being bad with camera at the moment. And this whole thing is going to slide down, so these are going to sit over the shoulders. So just back, it's on double hinge. Would be helpful if I got that out of the way. So which way is it? You want to slide this across, I think it is. Or is it the other way? No, it's the other way. So slide down so you have this straight. That gives you clearance for here, which I forgot. Flip that down as far as they'll go, and they'll just sit over the shoulders like so. I think I've got it in the right spot. And voila, there is Hook, and he should stand perfectly fine. He will probably end up using his actual hook as balance. So there we go. Give you a better look. So as with all the other ones, the body and the head look amazing. I'll even say the legs look amazing. He's once again sacrificed his arms. Is what it is. Because if you untab here, which actually sort of plugs into here, that's what gives you your elbow. And as you can see, he's all upper arm and no lower arm. So honestly, he's, what I want to say, probably, well, he's about equal to Mixed Master, honestly, when it comes to upper arm articulation. So he's sadly not as bad as Long Haul, but he's not as good as Scavenger and honestly, Scrapper, and honestly is nowhere near as good as either Scavenger or Bone Crusher when I get to those. So there we go. So he does look good. All things are pretty well hidden for the most part. Yeah, you got all this, but then that's classic Hook. And once again, that head sculpt is just to die for if I can focus it. There we go. So it's amazing. Like the heads and the body, it's stunning. It really is stunning. So, you know, the arms are what hinder it, but at the same time, you don't get these guys for their bot modes. You get them for their combined mode, which makes up a lot. Has its own issues, but we're not that far yet. So there we go and try to get that focused again. So as for articulation, head does a full 360. It looks up a little bit, looks down a little bit. You can get some wiggle. Arms are hindered by the backpack, so you cannot get them far enough out for full 360. You can kind of go back, but you're basically having to fiddle with that shoulder joint. Arms only come that far unless you move the backpack. There is no, well, we have a huge bicep curl, if that you want to use that. We have no bicep twist. We have no wrist. We have a solid fit hand, no bendable fingers or anything. We have no waist swivel. We do have a very peculiar sideways crunch, which only goes one way, which is obviously more for transformation. Leg goes up that far. Leg goes back that far. Leg can only go out that far because you're hitting arm, but we'll go up a little bit further. We have ball joint at the hip, so we do get a little bit of a rotation there. We have under 9 degrees for the lower leg. We do have an ankle tilt, which has a tendency to pop off. We can go up a bit, and we can't really go back because that's all in the way. So there we go, and of course you can move that how you see fit. So there we go. So let's do our, well, second last size comparison because we've been doing all the other combined modes together. So there he is with MP10. And yeah, about the silver, give or take. A probably weird angle based on that, but yeah. Right, let's do the right thing this time. Let's get back into vehicle mode. So I'm going to lock those back in place. And we're going to fold the hands back. Now you can rotate the head around if you want now. It's up to you. I just found it easier before doing it the other way. We're going to flip all this back up as far as it'll go, and it'll compress against his back. And we want to slide that across as far as it'll go. I think that's as far as it'll go, like so, because it should sit roughly on here, give or take. Right, then we're going to fold the arms up. The arms will sort of go under here, but they don't really tab in anywhere. So it's more this tab here and this port here, like so. So fold them up. Then we do the legs. We'll move that out of the way. So we're going to pull out on this to free up the front tab and just lift that up. We're then going to pull out a little bit, and just to get past that is a little bit of flexing, but not too bad. That way they can slide back up. And where is it? I'm trying to find the tab. It's supposed to go back in there. So the bottom one here. So it's basically, where are we? No, I'll show it better on the other side, but then that folds up, and then where is it? Should be a tab. Well, that one just sits flat, but the other one more tabs in. So flip that out. So it's basically this tab we're putting the upper knee on. So bring that out, bring that down. My fingers are starting to get in the way. And tab that into place if it's in the right spot, which I don't think it is. Like so. And then, of course, we can tab them together, which doesn't tab too well on mine. This folds up. And I think it's actually this tab that's getting behind there that actually tabs that one to place. So that one works. That one kind of works, but not really. And I really don't think that's far enough across. I think for some reason the slider on the hook is a bit iffy. I think I've got that a little bit further across. Is that it? Yeah, we'll go with that. It's about center. So there we go. So that is Hook back in his vehicle mode. All right, time for combine mode. All right, so we're going to flip this up for the time being. We're going to pull down his arms. We're going to leave that in place. We want to find that bizarre hinge, which is here. And we want to... I don't think we need to move that. We'll give it a try. But we're going to snap that. So there's a hinge here and there's a hinge here. So if you grab the back of the head case, and it is a bit tight, that should free out. And then this is going to clip into here. Like so. So that gives you your part of your front chest. All right, so which one is it? So we need this one. I don't think we actually really need this one. So I'm just looking at tabs here. So you're going to get this out if you can figure out which way it goes. There we go. So that's going to come down. And where is, I'm sure there's another one. That one there. Oh, here we go. This one is going to rotate down between there. And I think that's it. 1, 2, 10, 10. Yeah, I think that's it for the components. Because eventually, yeah. So I'll show it better, but if you remember in the last video, I pointed out these two, which I was like, these, I can't remember which ones they're going to. Yep, they sit up because those will tab into here and here. That's why this foot's got that extra little groove in it. Now, I'm not going to do the head reveal yet. I'm going to leave that alone until the final episode. Oh, we will need to slide this across. So slide that across. You're going to reach in here. You're going to flip that out. And that is going to be the peg for Bone Crusher. And we're going to lift up this. And we're going to rotate this out to the side and close that up. And that is the combiner port for, Scavenger. Now, you might notice, this guy was released during Combiner Wars. He doesn't use the Combiner ports. He has his own unique port system. So, yeah, so there is that. So, I'll put that back there. It's not going to sit very well because of this piece, but that eventually tabs into long haul along with this and this. So, we'll try our best. So, here he is with long haul, which, yes, I've messed with the foot. So he'll actually sit. Yeah, I can't even use that, flatten that out anywhere. We'll do that, and that'll make it a little bit easier. Like so. And then we bring in Scrapper. And we bring in Bone Crusher. Mixmaster, sorry. So there is the current look, of all the Constructicons thus far. So we have 2 more to go. We have Bone Crusher, we have Scavenger, and then we will do an episode. Yes, I'm not going to combine all these guys on the final Constructicon video. I'm going to do a video for Devastator on his own. Because honestly, as far as I'm concerned, combiners deserve a combine episode, for the lack of a better term. So there we are. crooked and everything, and off center, but oh well. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell. Leave me a comment if you want to see the transformation of Long Haul from robot mode to vehicle mode, because I didn't do it. Or just leave me a comment in general. I do like to respond. It's a nice, simple feeling. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.